Seattle known for coffee, grunge music, and, of course, rain. And we're definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a wet and wild Lumen Field. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 33.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own 33-yard line.
And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now it's Darnold. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw now. Here's Sanders. Setting up a screen for Jenkins. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up the 3rd down.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
3rd down and 6. Here's Sanders. That is caught. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st down, here's Jenkins. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Well, it's kind of fitting. A couple days ago when we met with him, I said, what is it about your running game that's so effective? He said, I like to tag myself as elusive. He was pretty elusive right there.
And his teammates appreciate that because they know they don't have to hold their blocks for very long. As one of them told us, if I just breathe some bad breath on the guy in front of me, that's all I need to do, and he's gone.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Once again, Jenkins. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 41 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the Seahawks 10-yard line.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. An inside run with Jenkins.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And his kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And it's a pretty good return here, so get this up to the 29. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive.
And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
No receivers open, so he's forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
2nd and 10.
Darnold.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Slot man moves right. To throw is Darnold. Able to shake him off.
And not enough on the throw that time, as that one is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line.
2nd drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Sanders to throw.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And, yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it. or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal. When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's 3rd and 6. Throwing, Sanders. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Fielded at the 33. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football. And that's worked for the defense early in this game. And now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back and he starts to get into a nice little groove. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This a 43-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Cleveland offense making their way out. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start on the ground with Jenkins.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
This is 2nd and 8. To throw is Sanders.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle it for just a short gain.
This now a 3rd and 4. Sanders. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. And this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Over the middle, finding Smith-Njigba.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Darnold now to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
On play action, here's Shedeur.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Now Sanders.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Shedeur.
dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Sanders going to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Here's Darnold. Wide open receiver, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll run on 3rd down with Charbonnet. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's Darnold. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Back to throw, Darnold. Now he's going to step up and run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Darnold, he can beat you in a number of ways, and they're the scramble for the first.
On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a first down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, and then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers? A really nice run.
Going up top for Cup. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half, because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Going up top for Cup. And that will be Incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Cleveland geared up to take the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And this thing gets blown up well behind the line of scrimmage, but the marker is down on the field. Who's this against? Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Sanders.
There's a short one caught by Fannin.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. Sanders.
He'll try and do this himself.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I've met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder. If he wasn't a first-round pick, they want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On the zone read, this is Jenkins.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play. As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance going for it on 4th. They'll go. Here's Sanders. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Darnold from the gun.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. That'll be caught by Cup. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It was Denzel Ward in from his corner spot there to take him down for the loss.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
On a delay of game there, they could not get the play off in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
Back to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Call it a gain of a yard. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt.
Oh, the snap, a poor one, and this is blocked.
And they'll have possession of the football inside the 40 at the 39.
A give up the middle, Jenkins.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
It's Tillman going to go in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
From the gun on 3rd down, Sanders.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
Leonard Williams, his 2nd sack of the night.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. They'll find Shaheed out to the right. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now here's Michael Dixon. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. Let's take it inside his own 40. 35 yards that time on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And the Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
To throw now, here's Sanders.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Oh, nice move.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He'll try and do this himself. As Sanders has it poked free. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Looking to put a drive together. Off of play action, Darnold.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
On the give here, Charbonnet.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now 3rd down and 7.
And they just did not get the snap away in time.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Darnold. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Mason Graham
Able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Well, the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
On the Seahawks 48-yard line.
Judkins going to run it out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
On 1st and 10, a handoff. Nope, it's a reverse. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
They'll run from the gun. It's Jenkins.
And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
The slot man in motion right.
They'll stay on the ground with Jenkins.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf.
4th down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now it's Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Out of the gun to give to Charbonnet.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
The Browns set and ready to go on offense.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here's Sanders.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Again, it's Charbonnet. Good move.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
To throw is Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now Darnold keeps it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Count.
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a tight, low-scoring affair thus far. 3-3 is our score heading into the 4th. Throwing on second down. Darnold. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Sanders now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Derek Hall,
his 2nd sack of the night. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Sanders to throw.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wallace. He'll go down as a gain of 6. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 16. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. looking to put a drive together.
They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
48 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Give every member of that unit a ton of credit for ripping off such a big gain there, because you don't get free for that many yards on a counter or misdirection without everybody selling the heck out of it.
Smith-Njigba in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep. Instead it's Charbonnet. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And Charbonnet once again. Down to about the 37.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A run now with Charbonnet.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Now run by Charbonnet.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And no pitch there, and no chance either, as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Charbonnet going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Wilson.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And I don't think there should be much of a discussion here, but you know how I am. You kick the football, you take the lead. How bold do you want to be in this situation, though?
So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This to break our 4th quarter tie.
Have we stood on the sidelines, and a unit goes out to kick a field goal, and hear a special teams coach say, make sure you protect.
First thing, a tight game like this, tied 2nd half, this is when execution is so key.
They go over everything in the huddle. The last thing you're going to hear everywhere, make sure you protect. That didn't get done.
Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10.
Throwing, Sanders. Setting up a screen for Jenkins. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the shotgun, Sanders.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner, and that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that third down snap.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. Tyson Campbell up to make the stop.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Charbonnet. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
He's brought down at the
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Darnold a sneak.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you'd think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd.
They'll run it here with Charbonnet.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Myles Garrett bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Darnold now to throw. Now be taken in by Shaheed.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Here's 1st and 10. Sanders. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
Here's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Sanders. Checks it down to Jenkins.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, here's Jenkins.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Well, they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Now Sanders.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. To throw is Sanders.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And 1st and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position.
On the give, here's Charbonnet.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here now, 2nd and goal. Charbonnet will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So now the Browns trailing 10-3, 37 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. He's back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
And A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.